Did you know the fluffy white stuff you love to play in is hiding some absolutely insane secrets? We see snow every winter, we build snowmen, we have snowball fights, but most of us have no idea what's really going on inside those tiny ice crystals. Today, we're going on an adventure to uncover the most mind-blowing truths about snow. I've gathered 10 facts that are so wild, they'll make you look at winter in a completely new way. Get ready because these snow facts will freeze your brain. Snowflakes bigger than a dinner plate. Snow that's actually red. We are diving deep into the weirdest and most wonderful parts of winter. I literally spent days digging through books and scientific articles to find facts that would shock even a snow expert. The science, the history, and even the strange psychology behind snow. You might think you know snow, but I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll realize you knew almost nothing. So grab a cup of hot chocolate, get cozy, because you're not going to want to miss a single second of this. We're about to explore everything from the sound of silence in a snowstorm to the secret language of snow itself. This isn't just a list of facts, it's a journey into a hidden world that's been right outside your window this whole time. Let's get into it. All right, for our first fact, let's talk about something you've probably heard before. No two snowflakes are alike. But do you actually know why? It's because each snowflake takes a completely unique journey from the sky to the ground. Imagine a snowflake starting as a tiny speck of dust high up in a cloud. As it falls, it tumbles through different temperatures and humidity levels. Each tiny change in its environment adds a new branch, a new pattern, a new detail. It's like a person's life story written in ice. There are so many possible paths it can take. The odds of two snowflakes being identical are basically zero. It's like trying to find two people with the exact same fingerprint, but trillions of times harder. But here's the craziest part. Even though every single snowflake is a unique masterpiece, they all follow one strict rule. They have 6 sides. What if I told you that snow isn't actually white? If you were to look at a single tiny ice crystal that makes up a snowflake, you'd see that it's completely clear, just like a piece of glass. It's translucent. So why does a whole pile of snow look bright white? It's all about light. When sunlight hits a snowbank, it enters the top layer of ice crystals. Instead of passing straight through, the light gets bounced and scattered by countless crystal surfaces. The light is reflected so many times and in so many directions that it comes back out looking white. White is a mix of all the colors in the light spectrum. But the illusion gets even weirder. Have you ever noticed deep snow, like in a footprint or a drift, looks blue on a sunny day? That's not your eyes playing tricks on you. Deep layers of snow can act like a filter. As light travels deeper into the snowpack absorbs the red and yellow parts of the light spectrum more easily. Blue light, however, has more energy and is more likely to be reflected back out to your eyes. So the deeper the snow, the more blue light gets scattered back, giving it an icy blue tint. It's like the snow is choosing which color to show you. Okay, we all know snowflakes are tiny, right? Something you have to squint to see on your mitten. Well, get ready for this, because it's going to blow your mind. The largest snowflake ever officially recorded was an unbelievable 15 inches wide and 8 inches thick. That's bigger than a frisbee, bigger than a dinner plate. This monster snowflake was discovered at a ranch in Fort Keogh, Montana, way back on January 28, 1887. The rancher who found it said it was larger than milk pans, which is just an insane thing to imagine falling from the sky. Can you even picture that? A single massive snowflake slowly drifting down. It sounds like something out of a movie. So how does a snowflake even begin its life? It's actually a more magical process than you might think. It doesn't start as a frozen raindrop. Sleet. A true snowflake is born directly from gas to solid. High up in the atmosphere, water exists as a vapor, an invisible gas. For a snowflake to form, this water vapor needs something to cling to. A microscopic speck of dust, a tiny particle of pollen, a bit of volcanic ash. This little particle is called a condensation nucleus. Once a water vapor molecule latches on, others quickly follow suit. At temperatures below about -5 degrees Celsius, or 23 degrees Fahrenheit, the water vapor doesn't turn into a liquid droplet first. It skips that phase entirely and freezes directly into a tiny ice crystal. This process is called deposition. As this baby ice crystal falls through the cloud, more and more water vapor molecules attach to it, building out those intricate, 6-sided arms and branches. The exact shape it takes depends entirely on the temperature and humidity it encounters on its journey down. It's a delicate, beautiful construction process, happening trillions of times over in a single storm. For many of us, a snow day is the best thing ever. No school, no work, just fun. But for some people, the sight of falling snow can trigger intense fear and panic. This is a real phobia called chionophobia, which is the irrational fear of snow. It's not just a dislike of cold weather. It's a genuine anxiety disorder that can cause symptoms like a racing heart, shortness of breath, and an overwhelming desire to escape. People with chionophobia might be terrified of being trapped by a snowstorm, stranded in their car, or isolated in their homes. The thought of a blizzard can be absolutely terrifying for them. This fear is often linked to other anxieties, like the fear of being isolated, monophobia, or the fear of being trapped, which is called claustrophobia. A heavy snowfall can physically cut people off from the outside world, which can be a massive trigger. In some cases, it might stem from a traumatic childhood experience, like getting lost in a snowstorm or being in a car accident on an icy road. While it might seem strange to be afraid of something so beautiful, it's a powerful reminder that our experiences really shape how we see the world. What one person sees as a winter wonderland, another might see as a beautiful but terrifying prison. Snow might seem cold and harsh, but it actually has a secret cozy side. It acts as an incredible insulator, protecting the ground and the creatures below it from the freezing air above. A fresh, fluffy layer of snow is made up of about 90 to 95% trapped air. This air, held between all the tiny ice crystals, creates a thermal barrier, like the insulation in the walls of your house, or the stuffing in a winter coat. This snowy blanket can keep the ground temperature just around freezing, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, or 0 Celsius. Even if the air temperature outside drops to minus 40 degrees, it's a natural survival tool. This layer of insulation is super important for wildlife. Many small animals like mice, voles, shrews. They survive the winter by creating a network of tunnels in the space between the ground and the bottom of the snowpack. This hidden world is called the subnivean zone. Okay, get ready for one of the weirdest facts on this list. Imagine you're hiking high up in the mountains, and you come across a patch of snow that looks like it's been stained with blood or a pink lemonade. This isn't a prank or a strange chemical spill. It's actually a natural phenomenon called watermelon snow, and believe it or not, it's alive. The reddish-pink color comes from a species of green algae called Chlamydomonas nivalis. This algae is cryophilic. It loves the cold and thrives in freezing water. While it's technically a green algae, it produces a bright red pigment to protect itself from intense UV radiation at high altitudes. This red snow is most common in alpine regions and polar regions around the world in springtime. As the weather warms, the algae blooms and spreads across melting snowfields and glaciers, creating these bizarre, colorful landscapes. And honestly, believe it or not, people say it has a faint, sweet smell. Kind of like a fresh watermelon, which is actually how it got its name, but you definitely don't want to eat it. While it's not toxic, eating large amounts of it can act as a laxative. It's just another example of how nature is so much stranger and more colorful than we could ever imagine. When you picture a snowflake falling, you probably imagine it drifting down gently, peacefully, taking its time, and you'd be right. The average snowflake falls at a surprisingly slow speed, typically between 3 and 4 miles per hour. Their complex, feathery shapes create a lot of air resistance, acting like tiny parachutes that slow their descent. On a calm day, it can take a snowflake up to an hour to fall from a cloud to the ground. It's a slow, graceful journey. But then there's the other side of snow, the blizzard. So what makes a blizzard so violent if the snowflakes themselves fall so slowly? It's all about the wind. A blizzard is officially defined not by the amount of snow, but by strong, sustained winds of at least 35 miles per hour. It must cause blowing snow and reduce visibility to less than a quarter of a mile. In a blizzard, those gently falling snowflakes are whipped into a horizontal frenzy. They don't just fall, they are blasted sideways. Sometimes they're driven at highway speeds, turning them from delicate crystals into a wall of stinging ice. It's the ultimate contrast. The same object can be a symbol of peace one moment, and a weapon of nature the next. How many words for snow do you know? Maybe snow, sleet, slush, flurry. Snow, sleet, slush, flurry. In English, we have a handful. But for some cultures, snow is a critical part of life. They developed a rich, detailed vocabulary to describe it. The Inuit peoples of the Arctic have dozens of words for snow. This isn't just a fun fact, it's a matter of survival. Their language lets them describe exact snow conditions vital for hunting, traveling, predicting the weather. For example, they have words like konik, falling snow or snow in the air. Then there's anu, snow used for melting into drinking water. Aputi is snow on the ground, piksik is drifting snow or blizzard snow, and kali is the snow that collects on the branches of trees. Each word carries specific, vital information. It shows how language evolves to meet the needs of a culture and its environment. Have you ever stepped outside after a fresh, heavy snowfall and noticed how quiet everything is? The world seems to be holding its breath. The peaceful, muffled silence isn't just in your head. It's a real physical phenomenon caused by the snow itself. Freshly fallen, fluffy snow is an amazing sound absorber. Remember how we said it's mostly trapped air? That porous, airy structure soaks up sound waves. When sound waves from a car, a dog barking, people talking travel through the air, they hit the snowpack and get lost in the maze of tiny ice crystals and air pockets. The sound energy gets trapped and converted into a tiny amount of heat, deadening the sound instead of letting it bounce back. It's like covering the entire world in acoustic foam panels. And there you have it. 10 facts that prove snow is one of the most incredible and misunderstood things on our planet. The next time you see a snowflake land on your glove, maybe you'll remember that it's a unique masterpiece with a perfect six-sided secret. Or when you step outside into the quiet of a snowy morning, you'll know it's the sound of nature hanging up a do not disturb sign. I had so much fun digging up these facts for you guys, and honestly, I'll never look at a snow day the same way again. If your mind is as blown as mine is right now, do me a huge favor and smash that like button. And if you want to keep learning more insane things about our world, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. We post daily weird wise facts that you won't want to miss. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.